Hello everyone, welcome again to Learning English with Lisa. So today we have many words to get and it's better to repeat them so we can memorize them better. So today we have a subject which is about memory and concentration. So so here we are talking about information that enters from the environment and detected by the sense organs or it enters the sensory memory stores. So here, when reading text, for example, there is a part which is better remembered than another part. That suggests that different types of information from a text are represented and organized differently in memory. So here we can have a proper understanding of a text, and in other case, someone could reproduce the text superficially without any understanding. So here we have the word superficially. So superficially, when we're talking, or means not the depth of the meaning. It's when we comprehend just what is obvious in the text or in the content. Well, so the point here spins around the method and the frame of the text, which is so important so the reader can get the sense of the gist or of the content. So here we have the meaning of the three words, and we are going to start with spins around. The word spins. To spin around is to turn around or when talking about something rotating or turning around, but here means that the point is around the method and the frame of the text. So here also we have the frame. The frame is the basic shape or the structure. So which is so important so the reader can get the sense or the gist of the content. The content is the thing inside the text. Well, although all minds work under the same laws, they do so in different degrees of power and plenty. So some work quickly, others slowly. So some have much to offer, others little. So here, for example, we have several students maybe called upon to write an essay on the subject of cats. Some of them will find their thoughts coming plentifully forward from the recesses of the mind, while others will sit chewing the ends of their pens for a long time before their thoughts begin to flow. So first of all, we have here the phrasal verb called upon. Called upon is to ask formally for someone to do something, as if you call someone to do something or call upon them to do it. And we have the recesses of the mind. Recesses it refers to the thoughts which are hidden, the inner hidden parts. And showing is to crush food in softer pieces with the teeth so it can be swallowed. So here they will sit showing the ends of their pants for a long time. So they're gonna crush the ends of their pants for a long time. Is to chew. And we have here the word to flow, the verb to flow is one about ideas when people talk or have ideas steadily and continuously. So a flow is a steady, continuous stream or supply of something. So here we are talking about ideas. So here, when ideas comes without anything stopping or interrupting them, it could be also in a relaxed way. So from here, one of the most fruitful results will be found in the development of keen observation. So most people's ideas about anything are exceedingly imperfect. In their mental pictures of things, some points are clear, others are vague, and others lacking altogether to such an extent that sometimes a fragment of a thing stands in the mind as a kind of symbol or for the whole. So here we have the word vague. Vague is uncertain or unclear. When something is indefinite, not explicit or imprecise, Or we can say also when it's not clearly perceptible or indistinct. And here the fragment is the small piece of a part, or it's the part of something. We use also fragment when we use it also when these parts are broken from something. We talk about a part broken off or something, so it's a fragment. So vague is something uncertain or unclear, and fragment is a small piece or part. And many people fail in concentration because they make the mistake of trying to grasp the mental image firmly. Do not do that. Place the chosen idea before your attention and look at it calmly as you would look at your watch to see the time. Such gentle looking reveals the details of a thing quite as well as any intense effort could possibly do, perhaps even better. Well, for when once you have realized how to look a thing over and see it completely in whole and in part without staring, peering, frowning, holding the breath, clenching the fist, or any such action, you can apply your power to mental practice of concentration. So also here we have some interesting meanings of some interesting words. So here we have the word peering. To peer, the verb to peer is to look intently with or as if with difficulty. It's like to look closely and certainly as in trying to see more clearly. And clenching the fists are is to hold something very tightly, often in a determined or angry way. So a hand with the fingers clenched into the palm as for hitting. So clenching the fist. So we get it also when we close our hands. Okay, when we close our hands, we are talking about clenching the fists. And when we are talking about something which is fistful, is when we're talking about the quantity that can be held in a fist or hand. It's something fistful. So we have the word appear and clenching the fists. So here what we talked about is the calmness, the role of being calm when concentrating or thinking about something. Try, for example, to pick up any common object, a watch, a pen, a book, or a leaf, a fruit, and look at it calmly for 5 minutes. Observe every detail that you can about it as to the color, the weight, the size, the texture, the form, the composition, the construction, the ornamentation, and the rest without any tension whatever. Attention without tension is what we want. So after you have felt how to do this, you will understand how the concentration can be carried on in perfect quietude. Well, if you wanted to hold out a small object at arm's length for as long as a time as possible, you would hold it with a minimum of energy, letting it rest in the hand, not gripping it tightly. No grasping is necessary indeed, that tends to destroy the concentration. So, gripping is to quickly take something in your hands and hold it firmly is the verb to grip. And grasp is to hold, is to get a hold of something. So you are going to letting it rest in the hand and not gripping it tightly or grasping it. So people usually employ their mental energy only in the service of the body and in thinking in connection with it. So the habit of thinking only in association with the bodily activity and stimulus is generally makes the thought accompanied by wrinkling of the brows, tightening the lips, and various muscular, nervous, and functional disorders. Okay, well, so here bodily activity is the functions of your body. So it's relating to a person's body. Okay, the adjective bodily describes something that has to do with your physical self. And stimulus something that encourages activity in people or other things. So it stimulus the habit of thinking only in association with body activity, stimulus or makes the thought accompanied by wrinkling of the brows, tightening the lips, and by muscular nervous and functional disorders. So, for example, we have here when a child is learning anything, displays the most astonishing contortions. To display is to let something become known by what you say or do. Is when crying to show something by the gestures or the facial expressions. Contortions is to twist into a strange shape of expression. So to display the most astonishing contortions is like to show by our faces some expressions that shows what's in our minds or what's in our mind. So we are talking about how the bodily activity affects our thoughts and our energy of thinking. So, for example, when trying to write, it often follows the movement of its hands with its tongue, grasps its pencil very tightly, and twists its feet around the legs of its chair, and so makes itself tired in a very short time. So, here, all such things must be stopped in the practice of concentration. A high degree of mental effort is positively injurious to the body unless this stoppage is at least partially accomplished. Injurious, we have here the word injurious is inflicting or tending to inflict injury. So injurious it means sometimes harmful or hurtful or detrimental as in effect injurious eating habits, for example. So here means it's harmful or hurtful, injurious. And the stoppage is an instant of movement, activity, or supply stopping or being stopped is the stoppage. Well, some minds are brighter than others, and you want yours to be bright and strong. You want to think of many ideas and to think them well and with calmness, and you want to think around any subject of your consideration. So here we reach the end of the video. Hope you picked up some words and you may repeat the video and listen again in order to memorize better any word you get and try to use it in other sentences. And as you know, for anyone who wants to learn the language, we have to be daily with it and practice more and more. And for that, see you in the next video. Goodbye.